trying to decide what to say no to is challenging. Whether it's the items on a menu at a restaurant, every book, podcast that you could read or listen to, or every business opportunity that you could take. I remember Steve Jobs saying that focus isn't about saying yes, it's about saying no. And saying no can be hard. We don't want to miss out, right? We don't want to regret having not said yes to something that could have been an incredible opportunity. There are powerful books written by Greg McKeown called Essentialism, Gary Keller and Jay Papasan, The One Thing, that teach the principles of how do we focus on what really matters. It was Wolfgang von Goethe that said, "Things which matter most must never be at the mercy of things which matter least." And your success will be dependent upon what it is that you say no to. And that can become overwhelming. I remember coaching a recent client, and we had an incredible breakthrough. I love when I learn new things as a coach. It's one of the selfish reasons why I enjoy my career so much. It's that every time I talk to someone, I feel like I'm learning new things that better myself personally and allow me to grow and help others in their pursuit of personal development as well. And as we were talking about what it was that she was needing to say no to, I had this aha. And I said, we don't have to play defense. We don't have to play not to lose, which, if you know my father, he hates teams that play not to lose. I can't tell you how many times I've been sitting next to him, whether it's in a live game of high school basketball, football, or watching college something on TV, and the winning team gets to the end of the game. It's the fourth quarter, right? It's the end of the second half, and they are ahead, and they try to run out the clock. And he says, verbally, as loud can be, "Play to win, don't play not to lose." And he knows that when we play not to lose, we end up making mistakes. We turn the ball over. We get ourselves in trouble. We got to play to win. And when we play to win, it's what we are 100% committed to saying yes to, rather than feeling like we have to say no to everything else. When we have that kind of focus, I love the acronym for focus. Focus on one thing, okay? Consistently. So focus on one thing. I know there's a couple of those in there, but focus. Focus on one thing consistently until successful. And when you have those blinders on and you know what you're saying yes to, you don't have to say no to everything else. Here's a fun example with one of my children. They come to me and say, "Dad, can we play a game?" Instead of saying no, because I have something else that I'm doing, I say yes. And we can do it at this time. So it's not about saying no, it's about saying yes. Yes, we can. And this is when. And then I don't have to feel so bad. I don't have to feel so guilty about having to say no to my children. "Dad, can we buy this?" "Yes." "And you're gonna have to figure out a plan to earn the money to buy it." "Yes, we can." And then we're not saying no all the time because we know what it is that we're focusing on. We know what we want. And when we have that kind of clarity, then we don't have to say no. We can truly play to win. This all starts with a life mission, knowing what your life's purpose and meaning is all about. There are other videos I've shared about this big why, this life mission, this purpose that you can go and watch. But when you have clarity on that, then you know exactly what you're saying yes to. You don't have to say no to so many other things. When you understand not only your life's purpose, but the values that are most meaningful to you, then again, we're not saying no to all these other things. We're just saying yes to these things. And when you're saying yes to things, you feel like you're winning. You're playing offense. You're playing to win rather than playing not to lose. So you have your life mission, you have your values, and then you put your priorities into place. And you have strategies to implement to achieve those priorities. And when you have those strategies in place, it's what you're saying yes to. You have a plan. And when we have plans, we don't have problems. Problems are just a lack of plans. And if you look at your life, you either have plans or problems. And when you have problems, you feel like there's all these things you have to say no to. When you have plans, it's you know exactly what you're saying yes to, and it feels better because you're playing to win. So, as you think about your life right now, and you're looking at some of the things that maybe you're struggling with, as you look around in your business, as you look at the relationships, as you look at your health, instead of trying to decide what to say no to, just get clarity on what you will say yes to. And then focus on that one thing. Focus on one thing consistently until successful. And once you knock that thing over, then you can move on to something else, knowing exactly what it is that you're saying yes to. This is simple. It's short. It's sweet. We don't have to overcomplicate it. Saying no is really about saying yes. And when you have clarity, that clarity brings the power. It pulls you towards what you're creating, towards what you desire, rather than feeling like you have to have the willpower to say no. I'm not saying no to alcohol. I'm saying yes to a life of sobriety where I show up powerfully present with passion in every place in my life. Now that's just one example. No judgment. If you drink alcohol, I've got a lot of clients that do. That's fine. But again, it's not what I'm saying no to. It's what I'm saying yes to. I'm not saying no to all these other potential relationships. I'm saying yes to this one with my wife. I don't have to say no. I've already said yes to her. That power to have clarity pulls you towards the goals rather than feeling like you need self-discipline and willpower to say no to everything else. You've got it in you. Get clarity. Get concise. Get consistent. Know what it is that you want and pursue it with endless passion and purpose, and let that pull you forward.